But as you know, when a kid in India gets into class 9th, you are required to stop everything and just focus on studies. So it's like, yeah, I was a late starter. I wasn't someone who started in first sem and like that. I started in second sem just with the basics. Of Actually, if you are in third year, if you haven't still got good grip in coding, you still have time. It's never late. Interviews, they like very much ask this kind of why questions. Oh, started. So hey guys, welcome to the YouTube channel Mowgli Vloggers. I'm Supratim, the fourth year undergrad from Computer Science and Engineering department, and I'm here to take the interview of Mr. Dhruv, who is a third year undergrad from Computer Science and Engineering department. So without wasting any time, please welcome our guest for the day, Mr. Dhruv.
Bhaiya, I guess there's a slight misunderstanding. It's not for any event. It's for my YouTube channel, Mowgli Vloggers. So yeah, guys. Hello, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. So I guess Bhaiya has already introduced everything to you. So let's enter into the interview segment directly. So hello, guys. Welcome to our first episode of Senior Talks 2.0. So after warm and cold responses from Senior Talks 1.0, I thought of beginning the series again with newly reformed resolutions and dedication. So alongside me is the most active member in terms of literature, drama and skits, and obviously tech too. Yeah, he has got recently placed too. So let's welcome Supratim Dev Bhaiya on our side. Yeah, so कॉलेज में आके इतना कुछ अचीव कर लिया, अब तो प्लेसमेंट भी हो गई, मतलब एकदम प्रेशर से फ्री हो गए. क्या आपने कभी सोचा था कि मेरे चैनल पे आने का मौका मिलेगा?
नहीं भाई, like after a year of manifesting, I really feel glad that I'm able to be worthy enough to be a part of this channel, to have a video.
My pleasure भैया.
Yeah.
So भैया इस इंटरव्यू को स्टार्ट करने से पहले आई वांट यू टू गिव योर ब्रीफ इंट्रोडक्शन फॉर द ऑडियंस.
Yeah. So I think I've told the basic things, and rather than that, there is nothing really much that I've done. He has said a lot of things already. I don't think there needs to be anything added on to that. Rest, I will try to make this interview worth for the viewers.
So भैया, before preparing the script, I have tried to cover all the segments in which you were active in the college days. So my first question will directly target your cultural activities involvement. So what motivated you to be much more active in those areas during the college days?
Okay, so actually since childhood only I was active in all these things. Credits to my mom, first of all. She put me in this cultural schools that are there in our city, like recitation, drama, all these things. So till class 8 I already was like pretty good in all these things, like stage performances, a lot of I had done already. But as you know, when a kid in India gets into class 9th, you are required to stop everything and just focus on studies. So that's what I also had to do. And 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, there was no chance of anything of that.
If I am not wrong, you were involved in so many extracurricular activities. So being in college, generally people consider being so much active in these activities as a wastage of time and comment rather to focus on academics, coding and other stuff. So what's your take on this?
Yeah, first of all, I understand that why they are much more focused in coding. Like, it makes sense, but it's not like you should completely outdo the possibilities of cultural stuff. Yes, there is no definite answer to this. It depends. If you're already good with communications, if you're already good with public speaking and all these things, you are good to go with coding. I won't ask anyone to come into this regardless. So it's like, in general, I would say if you are a first year student, you can try exploring things that you haven't already in school life, because after all, like, where are we going? It's like, it's just one life, and it's always good to explore things that you haven't already. Right, and first year is the best opportunity, I can tell you that. After that, you will be in peer pressure. You will have to do up from second year. You don't have any option to, like, because your friends are doing coding and stuff. You have to do it, right?
Bhaiya, since you were already part of lots of events which I have witnessed being in the college, So can you share any glimpse of major event which you were part of?
Okay. So yeah, fortunately enough, I was a part of a lot of events from first year itself. But one major event that I would like to mention is the Tech Fest. Like I was leading the PR team, the sponsorship team for the like Tech Fest, and also like handling guests who were there, like they were coming, and also I was the host in the event.
Bhaiya, so now let's come to talk about the preparation stage. So my first question would be, how did you manage all the things simultaneously? That I have also heard that you were not one of the early starters in the coding thing. So how did you overcome all those difficulties during the preparation stage, and what schedule you mostly followed up?
Okay. So first of all, just to clarify, I'm still a learner. I'm still learning. It's not like I'm an expert in anything. But yeah, I've reached a stage where I have some confidence that I can do something in life. So it's like, yeah, I was a late starter. I wasn't someone who started in first sem and like that. I started in second sem just with the basics of C, C++, and then from third sem, it was a time when I started seriously doing DSA and stuff. And like schedule at that time, like it was not like I was that much serious, but schedule, yeah, I can say from the times when internship period started, that was the prime time. Matlab, from that time, I really didn't waste any day. It was like I took hostel in third year. I was a day scholar before that, and online classes were there before that. So my average day was I would go to class for attendance, and though CSE students didn't require to go to class that much, but yeah, still some amount of attendance of course is required. After that, I would generally get it straight in the library, digital library in AC and stuff. So वहाँ पे preparation. And after that, even there were days when I came out from library at around 7 or like that, and straight away got dinner and gave contests and stuff like that. So that was the time I would, for the viewers who are watching, if you are in first year, second year, or especially if you are in third year, if you haven't still got good grip in coding, you still have time. It's never late. It's never late to start. But just ensure that if you're starting, don't waste any time from now. Just make the best use of the time that you have, and that is what matters. Like a guy who did coding in first year throughout and then was diverted in second year will will not be that good if he has like stopped it, right? You have to be consistent. If you start, whenever you start, doesn't matter. Yeah, of course, the guys who have been consistent from first year will be better, but it's never late to start. Something is better than nothing, of course. So yeah.
Now here comes the most important segment of this YouTube interview. Bhaiya, we wanna know about the actual interview experience. So yeah.
So yeah, first of all, before starting, I would say there are still a lot of deserving candidates waiting to be placed. Much better people than me. Everyone has their own strategies that work for them. But yeah, I can definitely tell you what worked for me personally. Basically, I was someone from the starting who would focus a lot on the basics, the why questions. Why this? Why I'm learning this? Why that and stuff. And I personally now feel like this really helped me, because in interviews they like very much ask this kind of why questions, like why MongoDB, why you are using React.js, and all like anything like why JavaScript is single threaded and all these things. So whatever you are learning, focus on the why questions first. Learn the basics. It shouldn't be like you know the advanced stuff and don't know the basics, right? Because at the end of the day, in the corporate, they will teach you what to do at the end, right? But if your basics are not clear, you can't build upon it, right?
Yeah, the question which I want to ask here is that you are already so much good in communication part. So did it help in the interview as well?
Okay, not so much good, but yeah, whatever good I am, yeah, I can say, yeah, of course it helps. I can share you one important insight here. Like there happens a PPT before the
Pre-placement
before
talks.
the pre-placement talks. So actually, your TNPs will always tell you to ask questions in that to develop some impression. So whenever you are standing in front of so many people and making an eye contact with the person who is on stage, generally the HR or a manager, and asking a really good question which you were prepared for, it actually boosts your confidence like anything. Just imagine you will be straight away going for the interview and you need confidence for that, right? This is very important, confidence. So if you're asking a question standing in front of such a crowd, directly talking to that person, that is really beneficial for giving you a boost of confidence. So that is very important. And apart from that, I would also say it's not only about communications, it's also about being smart in the interview. Like I said, everyone has their own strategies, but something that can help you is that please pay attention here. Sometimes if the interviewer asks you any question which you don't have much idea about, you can be a bit smart here and divert the interviewer into asking you something that you know. For example, if you ask me a topic, suppose if you ask me a question on React.js or JavaScript, anything, any question, I am someone, suppose I have prepared a few topics, particularly a few topics in those domains, which I am very good in. Like I can speak for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I can really just crack it like anything. So what I will do is, whatever you ask me of React.js or JavaScript or anything of that sort, I will, in that answer, I will just drop a word of that concept and prompt the interviewer into asking me that, and then continue my answer, right? So this is being a bit smart. This really helps, and this is not cheating. This is definitely not cheating, because what do they want? They want individuals who are really good in what they know. They don't want you to know everything.
It's a kind of a smart manipulation.
Yeah, it's like the interviewer wants to know whether you know the things that you've mentioned, you know the best or not, right? They don't want you to know everything in the world. Of course, no one can. Apart from that, resume, I would really highlight on this. Resume is of utmost importance. Like my resume was just scanned like anything. Even the topics that the interviewer didn't know about, he googled and then asked me on that. So never write anything in the resume that you don't have any idea about. Everything you have written on your resume, you should be able to speak at least 5 minutes or 2-3 minutes on that, right? And that up to this much mostly works. And apart from that, projects. Yeah, and about projects, I would say a lot of people might think that a lot of projects will make my resume look good, but it's not like that. Quality, it's always quality over quantity. You should have good projects and not any project. So try to get your best projects on the resume. The interviewer will always ask you to present your best project or 1 or 2 of your best projects. And if you have done any internship experience you have, then the number of projects should not be more than 2, I would say, preferably. You can have 3 also, but not more than that at any cost, right? And yeah, that's about it. Rather than that, if you ask me how much depth do you need to have idea about the project, it actually depends on the interviewer. For my case, it was an offline interview, so he asked me to explain on paper only. He didn't get into the GitHub and the links and stuff. But in an online interview, they will get into it. So you must have detailed idea about everything. Like you should prepare yourself for everything.
Whatever functions we are using in the
like API architecture, you should know. Database design, the schemas and stuff. And one very important question: why MongoDB? Why not MySQL and stuff? These questions, the why questions, why this stack you have used, why this thing you have used. These are very important. You should be prepared beforehand with all these things.
Bhaiya, you covered about everything: consistency, confidence, hard work. But the major issue is about the nervousness by representing yourself in front of an interviewer. So how can you overcome this?
Yeah. So one thing I personally follow, not only for interviews, like for any stage performance, since childhood, I used to do this. Suppose I have an interview or any stage performance 2 days after. So what I would do is, beforehand only, in my mind, whenever I'm free, I visualize that I'm there and I'm performing, I'm hosting, and what I'll do in this situation, that situation. मतलब कोई भी absurd कुछ situation आ गया तो मैं क्या करूँगा, उसको कैसे handle करूँगा. मेरे दिमाग में मतलब automatic चलता रहता है. मतलब कभी भी मैं free हूँ अपने bed पे सोया हूँ, मेरे दिमाग में ऐसा चलता रहता था. Like for example, this interview thing, whenever the shortlist came, so there were 2-3 days I had. So in those times, whenever mess से आके I had some free time, दिमाग में like I was in the interview, I was thinking कि he's asking me this question, how would I react? I don't know this. What would I say and stuff like that. So I would say visualization is like really helpful. It has been helpful for me. It really makes you comfortable in the interview, because whenever you get into the room, you're like, I was already there for 2 days.
It is actually like, I remember a line from Mahabharata when Shakuni said, रणभूमि में खेल होने से पहले मनोभूमि में खेला जाता है.
Exactly.
So it is basically like that.
Yeah. So this matters a lot. And बाकी like देखो जो भी है at the end of the day luck also plays an important part. So it's not like I like the guys who have been placed were the most deserving candidates. There are much more deserving candidates waiting to be placed, as I've already said. So yeah, luck is also a factor.
If there is 99% hard work, 1% matters the most, which is the luck actually.
Yeah, 1% or even 10% you can say, doesn't matter.
So भैया वी हैव completed all the major aspects of this interview. So मेरे चैनल का एक बेसिक रिचुअल है कि मैं हर गेस्ट से एंड में ये क्वेश्चन पूछता हूँ, बेस्ट एंड वर्स्ट मोमेंट इन आवर कॉलेज. सो बेस्ट मोमेंट आई होप सो प्लेसमेंट ही रहा होगा.
मैं ऑफ कोर्स आई वांट कि और भी ज़्यादा बेटर कुछ रहे इन द 3 months.
दैट इज ऑब्वियस. एंड वर्स्ट मोमेंट पे फोकस करते हैं.
So this is the toughest question of the interview so far. I don't really have a prepared answer to this, but yeah, I can say I had a bit tough phase when there was the transition between the online and offline. Basically, online में ऐसा था कि मैं socially मतलब जब WhatsApp या फिर ग्रुप्स में बात करने का मैं उतना एक्टिव नहीं था ऑनलाइन में. मुझे पता नहीं आई कांट बी देयर एक्टिव ऑल द टाइम. मुझे मतलब वो नहीं जचता वो. ठीक है, तो फिर हाँ तब उतना एक्टिवली दोस्त थे, आई वोंट से दोस्त नहीं थे, पर उतना इन्वॉल्व नहीं था मैं, मतलब उतनी गहरी फ्रेंडशिप नहीं थी किसी के साथ. तो जब फिर ऑफलाइन सडनली ऑफलाइन हुआ तो फिर थोड़ा दिक्कत हुआ, कुछ थोड़ा बहुत सीन हुआ.
भैया लड़की का चक्कर?
तुझे सिखाता हुआ.
नहीं भैया, एंजॉय. अरे ध्रुव कुछ तो बोल.
Oh, sorry. So guys, video is almost over. I am enjoying the massage as you are seeing from my guest. So like, share, subscribe कर दीजिएगा और ऐसी वीडियोस के लिए बने रहें. मोगली व्लॉगर्स साइनिंग ऑफ.